Happy Sunday. We have just been in here, which is, as you can see, the Running Horse. We haven't been here since Simon and Anshin's wedding in a few years ago. It's very near Denbies and Dorking, which is where we're about to head.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
Voila, Denbies, which is probably the most well-known and largest producer of English wine. I think it's only one of the biggest estates, and you can find their wine in like M&S has a version of it, Waitrose has a version of it, and their actual bottles themselves sell all over the place. Probably not the greatest wine in England, but very solid, reliable, easy drinking stuff for the undiscerning British public. But vines are so peaceful and so nice to kind of just come and wander amongst them. Here are some vines. Not entirely sure what grapes these are, but they are white, so that means they could be a Chardonnay, which they grow here, or a Muller Thurgau, which they grow here. I don't know what other, Pinot Meunier, Pinot Blanc possibly. They're not quite as, you would have thought with this really hot summer that they'd be most of the way towards ready for harvest, but they're not. They're still quite hard and a bit small. And you can see, what's the hill? That's not Vauxhall, is it? That's the next one along. Vauxhall's kind of that way. And then this is something else hill. I can't remember, I'm sure we've looked at that before. That's the estate from above, and you can just see the train coming between Dorking and, I've forgotten the name of it already. Oh yeah, West Humble, is it?
It's West something.
Yeah, and Humble.
And things for H.
Anyway, that's the train. Southern Railway's at full speed there. Dorking is literally just there, nestled in the valley. And you can see Box Hill now, it's that hill there. You can see the chalk, which this is all, so all of these hillsides here, which the vines are growing on, are all chalk. And which is quite traditional for vines. In fact, that's what you've got in Champagne country and what have you. And it's technically it's the same chalk. I mean, obviously it goes down into the ground and comes up again on the other side. So this is, yeah, good vine growing estate. It's a little flatter than you'd usually choose, but up on the hills here it's quite nice. What a lovely day for walking amongst the vines. What's amazing is that it's really, really busy actually in the farmhouse and the shop. And even the car park's absolutely heaving. There's people just sitting out there reading books. But out here you'll notice there's not a lot of people. We did see a couple. And there's a couple of bikes down there, but it's hardly a bustling footpath. Good morning, it's Monday. Yesterday was lovely in the vineyard. Really enjoyed that. Really needed to see some vines. But then when we both came home, because it'd been so hot and we were a bit dehydrated, we both had a headache, so that was that's how the evening wound up. And it's not from alcohol, because we didn't actually drink any wine. We just had like tiny little taster bits to work out what to buy, because we need more wine. So we came back with a couple more bottles of English wine. We're going to have as much English wine as we do pretty much any other country. And today I'm on my way to Webford. It's a bit earlier than normal, which is nice, because today is going to be blisteringly hot, and right now it's just pleasant. I'm going to be filming some more language videos. And then this evening, I'm going to have to find an air-conditioned train to come back in. Otherwise I might melt. As you can no doubt see, summer is still very much here. For the next couple of days it is going to continue to be ridiculously warm, and I mean, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely stunning, but 30 something when you're in an office, not great. And then towards the end of the week it's going to come back down to sort of 22, 23 degrees, which is slightly closer to seasonal averages, which are sort of mid-high 20s. And that will be lovely, because on Friday I'm going back to a vineyard. No, I don't have a problem, it's just a hobby problem. Good evening. So I'm back. It wasn't quite as unbearable as I'd feared, the public transport, but that's mainly because I did what I said and got the air-conditioned train, and also I came home a little bit later. There is an increasing number of air-conditioned trains, and it's great, because why wouldn't you? Like, it seems really obvious, but there we go, we're only catching up now in 2018. So I'm on my way home after a long day of filming people answering questions for, as I mentioned, English language learning. I'm quite tired, if I'm honest, but I need to cook some dinner. It's a veggie day, so frittatas I think we're having. I think that's what we said. I can't remember. I really need to work that out before I get to Marks and Spencer. Off we go again. It's lovely and cool again this morning. Didn't sleep very well last night. It was too warm, and I just couldn't get it to work. Never mind. It's supposed to storm this evening, which will be good. Save me having to keep watering the trees, and should mean that it's a nice temperature, which it is right now, but it's going to be 31, 32 again by this afternoon. So yet again we'll have to make tactical train choices. More filming today, stuck in a dark, pretty hot room, so just going to ride this one out a bit. Good evening again from Chiswick again. It's going to be a lot of repetition in the next few days because work is full on and I haven't had any chance to actually film what's happening. So you're just going to see me in the morning and the evening, so repeating myself most likely. The difference today is, as you might be able to see, the sky is very grey, and we have been promised a massive thunderstorm in 20 minutes, which is roughly how far away I live, 20 minutes. So hopefully it will deliver, mainly because it desperately needs to. And you know, it's the evening, so it shouldn't upset too many people. They'll mostly be at home. So that's what I'm counting on. Crystal is not at home, she's gone out for the evening. So hopefully indoors. Because this massive torrential downpour that's been promised, I'm building it up a bit much now, is going to be, you know, apocalyptic, presumably. So when I was up on the bridge a moment ago, I could see the rain coming in, but it's a bit further away at the moment, and right now it's really, really humid and close and just really uncomfortable. And you think, oh, it's a little bit cooler so I can walk a bit faster, but actually sweat doesn't evaporate off you, so it's actually quite unpleasant. That said, I can't imagine it's going to be much better when I get home, so I'll probably spend a little bit of time in Marks and Spencer's frozen food aisle, see how that works out, and then go home. So it was meant to rain an hour and a half ago, and it still hasn't. This is bullshit. I'm getting slightly tired of this. Oh, it's going to rain, there's going to be so much rain, and then nothing. Useless. Okay, I guess this is what happens when you complain about it not raining. It actually rained. Well, it's still not super impressive. But hey, it's better than nothing. You can't see it, but you might just be able to hear it is now pouring properly outside, so I'm very happy. It's dropped below 25 as well, so it's almost temperature I can actually go to sleep. Good morning. It's a lovely day today. It's much cooler. It's about 8 degrees centigrade cooler, which is fantastic. And it's still sunny, it's still beautiful out. But I can now work indoors without air conditioning and not feel like I'm going to die. So that's a massive improvement in my mind. And I'm very much looking forward to it once I've had something to eat. So I really did think today would be a normal length day, and it was at one point looking quite promising, but here we are. I'm still in Vauxhall and you know it's gone 6 o'clock, so that hasn't worked out. Look at this, it's like 16 degrees and it's raining. This would have been very hard to imagine 2 days ago. It's brilliant, needs to happen. If it rains all today, so be it. It's just what needs to occur before the desert gets any worse. You'll notice in the last few vlogs, and maybe, you know, it's just exhaustion that's caused it, but I haven't really moaned on about Brexit too much. Suffice to say, it's still terrible, and it still doesn't look like it's going anywhere good. But I've got bored of saying that, and the leaders of the 2 largest political parties in the UK are so inept and so terrible that if they were in any sort of business work as leaders, then they would have both been fired long ago. But our political system is terrible, and as you know, I blame that all on the voting system. So, just to reiterate, I've got nothing further to say, it's still all bad. I've come for a bit of a break. I think I've finished editing everything. This is the new garden patio area outside Webvid. It's nice, isn't it? It's got fruit trees and geraniums. That's the canteen. It's still raining, which is impressive. It's been going all day. Still think it's great. And yeah, they've put a new tree in there and new beds. It's lovely. Very nice. Look at this. London is genuinely wet. It's not raining right now, but it is like, you know, sub 20 degrees, and the sound of tyre on water. It's amazing. I love it. It's brilliant. And I don't have any more work this week, so that's also awesome. I've just been to Katie's leaving do, which is an excellent excuse for a piss up. She's only really going around the corner to the BBC, but still. I'm about to head home, and tomorrow we get to see a vineyard. Good afternoon. I'm here in East Molesey, because myself and Alex are going to Albury Vineyard, which is near Guildford, this afternoon, which is my birthday present from this year. So the weather is very changeable, but I don't think I mind actually. Look at the colour of those clouds. It's been such a long time since I've seen weather like this, yesterday notwithstanding, that I'm actually quite enjoying it.
When did you say he was going to pick? It wasn't fast.
So mid-September is usually, I think, is when it's going to pick, which is a bit earlier because of the heat. But usually, as you said, you could pick in late September, some varieties even early October. This is Albury Vineyard, where I come for the tasting today.
It's to mark its territory, which will kill the vines because we'll scratch the bark off. And secondly, more importantly, when the fruit is ripe, they'll come in and literally eat tons of fruit in a night. So they'll eat like 1 ton of fruit on that jug.
Look at that. Okay, the blue sky's come out, so we're going for a walk. It's the view from the North Downs into the Surrey Basin, pretty much below.
I wonder if you're looking
We're looking sort of south-ish.
Is that just looking across the North Downs, or is that Far Hill?
Hello there, it's me from the not too distant future. I've had to come back again because I've been too ill to actually record an out. Despite the excellence of the wine day, I now have shingles, so that's great. So here's my official sign off. That does mean we need to do a word of the week, and in honour of my impending downfall, let's do the illness. Illness. I don't think we've done this before, at least it's never been so deserving. So the word of the week is illness. Now, first of all, in German, that is die Krankheit. Die Krankheit. Krank is the German word for sick. So die Krankheit is illness in German. And in Italian, it is la malattia. La malattia, which is, well, very similar to the French. If you've ever heard the term mal, as to mean bad. La malattia in Italian is illness. Thank you, aircraft. So that is illness in German and in Italian, and that was this week's word of the week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe. Next week there won't be a lot because, as I said, I'll be ill. We'll start briefly in the Surrey Hills, then you'll get a full update on my illness, and then I'll be back at the end of the week making a miraculous recovery. So I'll see you then.
Toby Stupid Vlog.